There is so much information out there on training and recovery, and not nearly enough on what I would consider to be the backbone of your climbing training life, and that is the maintenance session. So today I'm going to run you through my maintenance session and show you some of the things that I think that really get the most out of this, and some of the big mistakes that people can make. Obviously every session starts out with a good warm-up, and then I jump into a bit of my strength stuff, and I just like to hit a few key exercises, something like my deadlifting. The TRX is always a favorite for me, a little bit of fingerboarding, and also any rehab or prehab sort of exercises. At the moment I've got a little bit of a finger tweak, so I'm just doing my rehab in with that warm-up strength routine. So I think a big thing that people can get wrong with these maintenance sessions is feeling like they need to maintain 100%. It's just not possible. This just leads to injury, burnout, like just frustration, a whole pile of different things. Personally, if I can maintain around that 80-85%, I am super happy with that. So if I'm bouldering at perhaps like V14 at the very top, bring it down to like V10, V11 kind of boulders, I'm super happy with that. And the V10 and V11 is not going to be flashing, which is what I can do when I'm feeling good. They're gonna be like hard kind of projects in a way. We need to just bring back our expectations and be comfortable with the fact that we're not looking at performing at the moment. Our goal for the session is to maintain. The continuation of the warm-up on the wall for me is always looking pretty much the same. I generally do about 10 to 20 move circuit. It's super easy, just jugs, moving around, getting my body, hands, feet, all of it connected together. I generally throw in a few heel hooks, a few toe hooks, and maybe some drop knees, that sort of thing, just to get everything talking to each other and fired up, kind of switched on, ready to go. And then I'll get into some progressively harder boulder problems. Starting out for me quite easy and around that kind of like V3 kind of range. I'll generally do a few at that level and then just progress to like maybe V5, V6, V7, 8, and kind of moving up until I'm feeling like really good and really ready to go. Another fun thing to do here is to try and make up a boulder and then do it first go. It's kind of like flexing those creative juices in setting a boulder, and then also practicing learning how to climb it in your mind and learn as much as you can from the ground before you pull off. So I've just set one here and we'll see how it goes. I forgot my foot. Oh, that's a good one. It's like 6, 7-ish. I reckon that was nice. With some of those harder boulder problems as well, I'm trying to get a variety of those skills in that we were touching on during the warm-up. So it might be some tensiony feet in a drop knee, or throwing in a bit of a tenuous heel hook or a toe hook or something like that. Something that really just keeps me connected with the skills that I'm going to need when I want to fire the engine back up and get back to that kind of 95-100% performance range. Oh. Made that last move harder. It's actually kind of just a little tweak in there to the jug, but just play around with it. A good little skill test to do as these boulders start to get a little bit harder is try and do some of them first go. Like maybe it is a flash, or maybe it's something that you've done before and that you know you should be able to do if you concentrate and try hard. And I think just putting yourself in that little kind of performance mindset, just go, okay, sweet, this is what I've got to do, and I'm going to concentrate and I'm going to make it happen. Just means that when it comes time to red pointing again, it's not dusting off like layers of rust and dust and everything to try and get back into that mindset. This one's pretty rad, and probably in that like, I want to try and do it first go range. I'm kind of at that point in the warm-up. It's probably like V9-ish. Let's see what we can do. Oh, damn. This building part of the session where we're getting up to that kind of, you know, we're going to call it max for this session. The maximum point that we're going to get to, 40, 45 minutes, something like that. Doesn't need to be too much of an epic. We're building, we're having a few minutes rest between some of those boulders. We can get through a few of them pretty early on quite quickly without too much of a rest. And then we're going to get into the hard stuff, and that's going to be fun. Cool. I love the little like tick 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 with the feet there. Something to remember is that if you've had that strength and that skill before, it is so much easier to bring yourself back to it than it was to try and gain it or unlock it in the first place. So just be okay with the fact that it might take a month or so to get back there, but know that it is going to be a much easier road. One more for that. Hopefully try and flash. It's probably a little bit harder than that last one. Let's say like V9. Oh, sick. Not expecting that. Oh, not much breathing there. So I generally have a bit of a rotation of those boulders in that first kind of building part of the session. You saw there I've made up one, I've come back to a couple of old classics and just try and, yeah, keep it fresh. Because we really want to keep these sessions as a bit of a skill learning and strength kind of maintaining session, rather than practicing those same movement patterns over and over again on the same boulders. Now this is the good bit, the hard project session. So I've got two that I'd like to jump on today. This first one's one that Amanda set for me the other week. Very, very good. It has one quite hard, weird move in the middle there that it's just like, you'll either do it or you won't. One of those frustrating boulders that could go next go or could take another few weeks. Ooh. It's like not too bad in isolation, but you add a few intro moves and a little bit of a dynamic thing where you're not quite getting those holds right, and suddenly these maintenance sessions really are the backbone of our climbing lives. There's going to be periods where your motivations may be a little bit low, or you've got work, family, injuries, like there's so many things where your performance is going to be down here and then come up and down. It's just something to come back to where it's like, okay, cool, I know that I can go in, I can just tick off this session. If you turn a maintenance session into a training session, so it's just a little mindset shift, you can really feel confident that you have still been putting in the work. It's also a super important session to have in there mid-season when you are trying to perform. You're obviously going to build up a little bit of training to get to that high point for the season, but if you've got a session that you can come back to and maintain a level of strength throughout that performance period, that's not going to fatigue you too much and going to leave you fresh and ready to go for those red point goes on the weekend. Always remember to brush the footers as well. Often neglected hold when brushing. Oh, it feels hard today. It's 30 degrees and very still. Currently, that's probably not helping. Hello, Tom speaking.
Hi, this is a call from Amazon to inform you that today your Amazon Prime services will be auto-renewed and $99.99 will be debit from your bank account, so
Stuff off. First couple of... the whole thing's business. Actually, even the last move's like flipping hard. Probably maybe too hard. Let's see what we can do. Oof. Oh man, this isn't happening. Oh, that was better. That's a hard move. Oh man. I think I'll call it good there. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you got something out of this. If you want to know how I do my endurance on a small board like this, you can check out this video right here. And if you'd like a little bit of inspiration to work out how to set a better boulder problem, check out this video right here. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you all being here. We'll see you next time.